3x4.
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 Oh, thank God we're done with this whole costume thing of all paintings in the face. All
Are you talking about Wakanda?
There you
Because
go.
we're never getting done.
Another
Still hasn't watched the movie.
He hasn't.
Hey, you guys were recording. Relax,
Oh,
relax,
cool.
relax.
Sorry.
So today, let's get to some serious stuff. Stuff that really affects us, not virtual illusions and
Enough.
everything. I want to talk about something about power, sex, and money.
Power,
I'm
sex,
David
and money.
Mwonge, also known as Bugsy.
Yeah.
And this is Benjamin. I'm itching to talk about power, sex, and money.
My name is Ophelia, and I don't enjoy this topic.
My name is B-Wall. I don't enjoy this topic either, but we'll see what we can make of it. We'll see.
What's with Ophelia today? Anyways, there's something that today when I was passing through the scripts and looking through the TL on social media, I saw everyone all going up in arms about the whole sexual harassment talk at the university. And I think it's something really, really, really that needs to be discussed.
Sexual harassment talk, or the fact that they found someone luring a student into a lodge to have sex with them.
Allegations,
Yeah.
Because
allegations.
sexual harassment talk makes it sound like, oh,
You know,
Yeah, just jazz.
it's just like,
Allegations.
oh, like
no,
a
we
hashtag.
finally have our own Harvey Weinstein. Like,
Finally? We're
yeah,
gonna go with that.
someone that's actually out in the limelight, because I think people have these things have been going on for such a long time, and people get away with them. But now we finally have someone that's out there, that's powerful, and they are getting called
So
out.
what's the story?
So there's the one Dr. Sizwe Chomhendo.
See what?
Sizwe Chomhendo.
Sweden.
I think I've taken it to a whole other
Yeah,
level
man.
altogether.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
putting in some
You have
accents.
rebaptized the man.
Yeah, so
Sizwe, for the record, Sizwe is a South African name. It's a Zulu name.
That
His name
shows
is
that
Sweden.
that
There you
shows
go.
my inclination towards music, entertainment, and everything.
Okay,
And
cool. So Sweden, who's this guy?
he's a lecturer in the social sciences
yes.
altogether.
Yeah,
I want
College
Chomhendo,
of
who has been
Humanities.
accused of getting to it with the ladies. In this instance, the female students.
Getting
Why?
to
Ba-
it makes
Bugs-
it sound like
yeah.
they're having like they're
No,
having
yeah,
a
yeah,
choice.
Like, call it what it is.
Yeah.
The man asked for sex from students in exchange for marks.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
that's
all I
that's,
say.
that's a summary of the
Allegedly.
story. That's a summary of the story.
Allegedly.
Well, I think we've all watched that NBS thing, which I think was very telling. I thought I was watching a movie. First off, I will say that I'm not very surprised that lecturers do this. They've been doing it since time immemorial.
Yeah.
I was just shocked and disappointed, especially after seeing. I saw his Facebook page. Apparently, he had some very sweet wordings there. But yeah, so it's pretty disappointing that this whole jazz about sexual harassment is becoming. Well, it's on everybody's lips. But first, it would be nice for us to kind of know what exactly
Thank you,
is
thank you,
sexual
Bernard.
harassment.
Thank you, thank you.
Because
Thank you.
Sexual harassment is. I mean, do you want me to define it?
Please.
So the law.
You're the
defines
lawyer
it.
here.
Yeah, right?
It defines in Section 7 of the Employment Act, but this particular definition covers workplaces, because the sexual harassment legal regimen that we have is only for workplaces, and then also for institutions of higher learning like Makerere. They've had to adopt policies over the last the last years because of how pervasive it was. But it defines it as conduct, behavior or conduct that is unwelcome or offensive, and that by its nature or through repetition has a detrimental effect on an employee, on their employment or job performance or job satisfaction. So it has to be unwelcome and then offensive and sexual in nature. So it involves both. It involves like direct requests for sex in exchange for favors or just for sex.
Yeah.
Use of language, written or spoken, which of course includes texts and WhatsApps. I know you think that WhatsApps are safe. And then visual material, for example, you can't show your workmate porn or things like that.
If they don't ask
And
for
then
it.
physical
yeah.
behavior. But the measure really is whether or not it's welcome and whether or not it's offensive. Which
see.
is, I think,
Yeah.
is just basic
Yeah.
human
And I
decency.
think it comes as a result of like power plays, yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
all the people that have all the instances in which sexual harassment occurs, yeah, have to do with someone thinking that, believing that they are more powerful, usually men, and because of being a man and being more powerful, that they have a claim on the body of someone. So they'll dictate how you dress, whether they want to sleep with you or not. So all of this, you might remember Dominic Strauss-Kahn from I think the IMF. Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
Here we've had
we had Bill Cosby the other side
Bill
as well.
Cosby, Muchibi,
God rest his
of
soul.
St. Lawrence. No, not rest his soul.
No, really.
Oh wow. The headmaster of
Chivoli, who is
Bernard, tell us about him.
He was my headmaster as well a long time ago, Mr. Mugaga. I never quite saw him as such a person, but now when you look back, you're thinking, well, because they kind of get looked at as father figures, and they've always got these girls around them, S5 and S6 girls, and of course, as one of the dudes in S5 and S6. On some level, you're thinking, man, he's a cool guy. He's older. There's no way he could be sleeping with these girls. And when the stories come out now, it's a bit unfortunate. But I think, and Ophelia kind of mentioned that the definition that we have there is more around workplaces and whatnot. I feel like we kind of need to broaden the conversation on sexual harassment.
But again, it's good you're talking about the definition that Ophelia has put in place. When one particular wording
that the law put in place, Ophelia just said.
It's all unwelcoming. How do you know that it's not welcome? Because again, the same ladies tell us you have to chase to really show that you're into me.
But
you have to show that you're a man. And then, of course, you'll say, oh, this is a lecturer and a student. But again, we've had cases. I have two friends where the lecturer got married to the lady. One is a very good friend. Then another one recently showed us what love is really about. I saw all ladies all over the TL, all excited. The doctor who recently proposed and recently was introduced.
One of his students.
Hey, you remember that whole scenario of the love sequence at the traffic lights at Wandegea? That was a medical student with a lecturer.
See, Bugsy.
So now when you say welcoming and
listen, Bugsy. That's 2 out of like a million cases,
But
right?
also
That's one. That's the first thing. And the other thing, we are talking about unwelcome. That example doesn't even arise
but how
because
do I know
it was
unwelcome or welcome.
Here's how
you didn't fight
you're a man, Bugsy. You can know if you approach a woman, you can know that she wants you or she does not.
The example that a judge once said, I think it was Justice Odoki, retired Justice Odoki, who said that there's a difference between a drawing of a naked person for biology purposes and pornography.
There you go.
You can't quite explain it, but when
But
you
it's
see
there.
it, you will
You'll know it.
Precisely.
You get it? So harassment, first of all, happens in situations of power. For example, this particular story that was aired, the girl had 49%, and it was literally 1 mark between her and her graduation. This person was able to, because he had given this 1 mark to other people, so he was able to give it to her. And so he was holding something back in exchange for sex. If you are holding something, if you went and kidnapped some girl's sisters and told her, come and have sex with me, would you consider that you had sex with her because she wanted? Would you be like, oh yeah, wonderful, it was all my game? It's not the same thing. Like, they're different.
Yeah,
so I'm not saying that you cannot ask your workmates out, but you can't touch them if they've said don't. You can't constantly bombard them with messages when you know that you are holding something over their heads of, if you don't do this, then your next appraisal is going to be 4 out of 10. You get it? Like, there have to be a situation of power where the sex is being used as something like some sort of bargaining chip.
Yeah.
That is when it's sexual harassment.
And usually the problem with this is that the people who are perpetrators of sexual assault,
yes,
and harassment are too powerful that they never get called to order. So for most of them, you can only get to them by naming and shaming. Because even as Ophelia said, the law is not quite clear or strong on these things. And so but there must be consequences, because you see, power and authority comes with responsibility. And there must be consequences. So that's what we need to talk about, because a person like Swithin and Dr. Swithin and all and the Muchibi other lecturers and Muchibi
and Mugaga,
we must talk about if you are a sexual offender, and you have no right to get hired, basically. Like, if you are
It's not like they
Guilty.
walk around with it on their faces.
Yeah.
You can't.
But
know.
if you are
But
guilty
yeah.
of it,
get them tattoos.
yeah,
but
like,
yeah, correct.
so no one should be able to hire you after
That
that.
would help.
Yeah,
Mm.
no one should be able to hire you. No one should be giving you business. Yeah. If you know, lose your family, whatever happens.
There should
Yeah.
be real consequences.
should-
Okay,
in
no,
terms of
I
money,
agree.
In terms of family,
I agree
in
with
terms
that.
of- yeah, like there have to
I
be
agree with
actual
the consequences. I agree with that. Yeah. My only reservation is you never really know a sex offender until they actually offend, right? So people don't walk around with tattoos and marks on their forehead. So I'm a sexual offender or whatever. You only know them after they've offended. And unfortunately for us, it's normally after 5, 10, 15 times, because the first 2, 3, 4 times they get away with it. But where I'd wanted us to broaden this conversation is we kind of seem to be zeroing down on sexual harassment and looking at it from a sex, having sex kind of thing. But it covers more than just that. Even just looking at a woman and whistling or making her uncomfortable in some way,
Border men who
that is sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like we think that until somebody has had sex with a woman, they haven't harassed them, which is very wrong.
Yeah.
Because even online, right? Somebody puts up their picture, with the Bible verse as a quote. Nothing wrong about that. And some dude is going to come up and say some really
or
inappropriate
dress
things
her
about
up
eyes.
with Photoshop.
Yeah, that is sexual harassment. So I want us to look at it from a
those
a
men who
broader
shake,
kind
who
of.
shake
Yeah,
hands
yeah,
and
like-
then scratch their palm.
It's good you have said
Guys,
that.
stop it.
It's good you have
Stop
said
it.
that, brother.
It's so disgusting, actually.
But Ophelia, let's play it fair here. Nowadays, it's good. Bernard mentioned the whole online thing. You get see kids taking pictures, and they're all saying thirst trap. And what are they showing you? Their booty, and they're all taking pictures, all posing, all Instagram, all Snapchat, and then the same people when. Mukono University was coming up with all ideas of dress codes. They were saying, "Oh, what a boring university." Then the same lawyers, you people, and other human rights people, when public service was coming up with a dress code, you were saying boring. People have a right to do what they want. They are adults. And then you're the same guys telling
But
us.
we're Africans.
no
We
thirst
used
trap.
to
Are
wear
you-
loin clothes.
Yeah, but are you?
What is this?
Like, I'd rather move
Also
around
saying-
naked. I don't even know what Bugsy
Christian
is
and
saying.
Christians.
Me, I'd rather move
Christianity.
around naked, bruh.
And you're the same guys who
Chill
say,
myself.
Seen
"You
our
want that
weather?"
notion? We won't wait for Karamoja to develop." And you're the ones telling us we have to dress up. Come on, make up your mind.
Well, I don't really have that notion of Karamoja and whatever. But I think I've insisted on this, that we are in 2018. For you to want to police people on the way they dress, the words they speak, the people
Police
they deal
women,
with,
actually.
actually
Because
policemen to be
nobody-
specific,
public
because
service
Let
had
me
a
tell
dress
you-
code.
hold up.
I was busy looking up my short-sleeved shirts, and I was like, "Oh." I'm in trouble.
Listen. Do not even attempt to compare yourself with a woman, because if they tell you can wear a short-sleeved shirt, not a long-sleeved shirt, how much inconveniencing do you go through? If they tell a woman you can wear this length of a skirt and you can't wear this other length, you see the differences there. You can't compare yourself to a woman, Bugsy. Really, can you? In terms of sexual harassment and whatnot,
It's not like women in public service was showing up to office in swimsuits.
right?
So you're basically saying that I can't wear anything above the knee, and then also at the same time you want to say, "Oh, women are boring. They don't show us their legs."
Because
Anyway,
there's a
the point of the
difference.
story is that we need to give everybody their autonomy. When they wake up in the morning and dress up, they shouldn't have to worry about Bugsy. Oh wow! For example, just as an example, like allow them to have autonomy, and when they want to wear long clothes, they can wear long clothes. When they want to wear short ones, they can wear short ones, right?
This country is not. We're not a church.
Yeah, there you go.
We are not a church.
We are not a church.
We are not someone's family where someone decrees how people should dress, how people should conduct themselves.
Yeah.
So let this whole business of us telling people how they should dress, how they should talk, how they should walk,
It should stop.
whether they should sleep with us or not,
It should
Who
stop.
they should sleep
who
with
they should sleep with,
and how.
labeling them for hoes for sleeping with expecting them to be virgins while we have sexual experience. This is not someone's
With
family.
who?
Okay, so
This is not someone's family. This is not a church.
okay.
This is
Clearly,
Uganda.
Benji is not happy. But yeah, going back to the whole sexual harassment thing. I just very quickly want to mention that I think when we find these offenders or guys who are involved in sexual harassment, they need to be punished severely severely. And I like that the university
And publicly.
refused this guy's resignation. They told him, you know what, keep your resignation.
Yeah.
We need you to answer to these charges. So I like that. But I also would like, and I'm sure you guys agree with me, for people to be responsible, especially in this social media era.
Yeah.
You know how careers have been ruined because of gossip that is sometimes, wrong. Well, gossip is always wrong. Yeah, like stuff that rumors and allegations that are many times unfounded. So as much as we want to name and shame, we've got to do the naming and shaming with responsibility.
Yeah. Don't just go out there saying things about someone that you are not sure about, or
Say-
someone just because you have a grudge with someone.
Yeah.
And naming and you know that naming and shaming works. You say, I have this score to settle with Bernard.
Yeah.
Let me
Let
call
me
him
go
a
and
sex-
ruin him.
Let me
But
call
also,
him a
you know
sex
that
offender.
sometimes the grudge and the sexual, the accusation, unnecessarily, like they are linked, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are doing it because it's a grudge. Sometimes it's true, and not because you
Sometimes.
pick somebody off, they go and look for
Yeah.
your ghosts and
And then they find them.
reveal them. So let's not take away from that, because like I know that for Dominic Strauss-Kahn, a lot of it was there was controversy about or like President
previous-
Zuma,
previous-
about
yeah.
is it because I'm running for president? But the truth was that they had actually done the things that they were accused of.
True.
Yeah.
And in addition to being like them being brought up because of, and yet you see that for Dr. Besigye, because it was unfounded, it died. So the truth is that we have to them and shame. If it's untrue, it will die. If it's not, if it's true, then we shall crucify you.
I will just say to people out
Just
there
that
that listen,
simple.
if I reach out to you as a lady, if I reach out to you and I ask for something, be kind. Say no kindly. Don't go and tell the world that I've said no to Be Wall. Be kind on me.
Bernard,
I'm just saying.
Why are you?
you're about this.
Why are you?
They might sound a sexual offender.
Why are you making your case right now? Eh? We were doing a podcast for everyone. Suddenly,
Okay, Bernard, it's high time you stop utilizing this millennials podcast to your advantage. Show us your game. Move beyond just writing words on Facebook and Twitter. Approach the ladies. Anyways, that's the end of our podcast for now. Power, sex, money.
Love him.
Unfortunately, I can't give any compliments to Ophelia because
Why
she
not?
may say I'm using some other advances.
But she has
altogether.
nice hair. You can say
But
that,
anyways,
right?
you can reach me at Dave_Bugsy on Twitter.
and you can also reach me at Rukwenje.
And you can follow me at K_Ophelia. And I want to say that if you're in doubt about whether what you're doing is sexual harassment or not, just stop it and see.
Wow, Chigambo. You can find me on Twitter at BWall, and I would also like to say that. No, I don't have anything to say. I was going to say something horrible.
It's so hard for you to find all of those handles. You can simply go to @millennialsdn or follow the hashtag
3x4UG. There you go. We'll catch you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Stay away from sexual harassment, please.
And ladies, the notion is power, sex, money. Not sex, money,
Oh, come
power.
on.
3x4?
3x4.
3x4.
3x4.